Hi guys, thanks for joining me on Making with Marilyn. On today's video, I'm going to make just a quick, cute, inexpensive decoration for Christmas. I bought these two little elf feet ornaments. One has green elf feet, and the feet are fabric and they're stuffed. And then it has this red, I don't know, waistband type decoration on the top. And so I'm going to put a name across this one. And then I have a second one. It's red feet instead of the green feet. And I'll put the name across this one. And I think that'll be really cute. You might have pets that you want to celebrate at Christmas. You might have children. You want to put their names on them. Maybe you have, like some of my friends do, 6, 8, 10 grandchildren, and you want to make something really cute and special for each of the grandchildren in addition to maybe another present that you're giving them, but just a cute little personalized gift. These would be really inexpensive, easy, and quick to do. So I will be making my design on Cricut Design Space on my computer. I will be cutting the names out on my maker. When I cut them out, I'm going to cut them out of this Caesar glitter black HTV, and I have this little scrap attached to that I will use for this. I wanted to use something really dark so it would show up. I'm sure that gold or silver would be pretty. I just feel like black glitter will show up better than those do. I'll use my heat mat. I'll use my Easy Press Mini. I'll use a Teflon sheet over the top of it. When I cut out the HTV, I'll use my standard grip mat. I'm going to use some scissors and my weeding tool. And I think that's it. We'll see along the way if I forgot something. But let me get set up and then we'll continue on the project. I'm in Cricut Design Space, so I'm going to click on New Project. I've already downloaded this beta software, so I'll just release that. Now I'm using text, so I'm going to click the text button. And I want to look at the fonts before I start, so I'm going to clicked on fonts, and then I'm going to click on system fonts because I'm not a member of Cricut Access, so I want free fonts. And I don't want this font to be too fancy. I want it to be fairly bold, thick, and plain so it's easy to read. So let me try this. These are for my dogs. I have a Papillon. It's actually my daughter's Papillon, but she's at college. A Papillon named Shadow. And then I have a Yorkie who also belongs to one of my children, and his name is Hunter. So that might be a little too plain for me. Let me look just a little bit longer. I promise I won't take too long. This one's thick. It just might be a little too fancy. Let me move those letters together, see what I think. See, I like that font for a sign or something you might hang on your wall, but I just don't think that's what I want for this project. Now I changed the line spacing, so if I don't start over, I just need to take it back wide. Okay, I like that, except that I don't like it's really wide and really short. So I'm going to unlock it, stretch it down while I also stretch it in some. Okay, I just realized that I forgot to mention that I would need a ruler. So I'm measuring my little area of the skirt right now, and 2 inches wide. These are going to be pretty little. 2 inches wide by a little less than 3/4 of an inch would be fine. So let me change the width of this to 2 inches and see what that gets us for height. Okay, I'll have to change my own height. I'm going to put 0.7, just slightly smaller than 3/4 of an inch. Now it looks to me like the W is further away, so I'm going to go ahead and ungroup these. I just don't like how much white space you see down here. So ungroup them. I'm going to move that over just a little. It's almost touching the O, but that's okay. There, it's just barely not touching it. Now see how the W looks like maybe it's a little bit lower than the rest. I'm going to highlight all of them, go to Align, Align Bottom, and watch this. If it's off, it'll move it up just slightly. Okay, or it moved. Instead of moving the W up, it moved the rest of the letters down. So I'm going to go ahead and group that back. Now let me show you if I click Make It right now. The letters aren't the way I want them, so in addition to grouping them, which I could have skipped that step and just said Attach, I'm going to click Attach, and that'll make it where they're together in the right, boy that's kind of hard to see because it's black, that'll make it where they're together and they cut out the way they should. I'm going to change that color just so that you'll be able to see it a little bit better as I go on. Okay, so I have my first dog. Okay, so now I need to do my second dog. And let me remember this was Cooper Black. So I'm just going to click on Text. I still have Cooper Black selected. His name is Hunter. So I'm going to unlock it, make it about the way I want it. Actually, let me go ahead and do, I think this was 2 inches, just under 2 inches by 0.7. So 1.972. And then the height was 0.7. So I'll change the height just to 0.7. And we see what we get. There's one less letter in the name shadow, so I want it to be about the same width as the other one. I'm going to scooch it together just a little bit more. I changed the height a little bit, so I'll go back to what I want. And I'll lock it. I'm going to go ahead and change this to red too, so they'll print, so they'll cut on the same mat. Okay, there we go. So I need to highlight Hunter and attach it together. Now my scrap that I have is very, let me look at it. It's very short, but it's very wide. My scrap is only a little over 1 inch tall. In some places it's like 1.25 inches, and in other places it's almost 1.25 inches. So I'm going to need to have these side by side. And I'm going to start it so that the bottom of it sits right on the 1 inch mark. That way when I put my HTV on my mat, I know that if I have the bottom of my scrap just below the 1 inch mark, I'm going to be perfectly fine. Okay, so to make sure these will cut where I have them on the screen, I'm just going to attach the whole thing and click Make It. Now, I need to mirror this because HTV always has to be mirrored. So I'll go ahead and turn that over or mirror it, and it's ready to go. So let me connect to my maker, and I'll be right back to show you the rest of the project. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my vinyl set up on my mat. I am using this Caesar glitter HTV, and I put labels on them so I don't have to look up on an interactive guide or anything like that every time I use something that I've already opened and I figure out what settings I need. So this is where you preheat for 2 to 3 seconds, press it 320 for 15 to 20 seconds, and then it says right here it's a hot peel. So let me take my scrap piece out. And you might remember that I had my words right above the 1-inch mark. So you need to have the shiny side down. That's your carrier sheet or your transfer sheet. So I have it down slightly below the 1-inch mark. Now, okay, so on my computer, yeah, that's pretty glary, I see that, but I'm going to click continue. Let me see if I can get it further this way. Okay, sorry about that. Now I want to browse all materials, and then I'm just going to type in glitter. And I see my glitter iron-on, so I'll click that. I click done. I don't know if you were able to see any of that or not. It tells me to load my fine point blade, which I have, and then it's prompting me to click the button to load my material. Now the Cricut button's flashing, so that means I can send my material. Okay, that's ready to be unloaded. So I'll go ahead and move my maker back just a little bit. I think I dropped my other elf shoe on the floor, so let me run around and grab that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove our vinyl from the mat. I tend to turn it over. I think that keeps it from buckling just a little bit better. Then I want to go ahead and immediately cover my mat to keep dust and debris off of that. And then I keep a lot of scraps, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess, put that back in my rubber band, so I'll be able to see that I have a scrap next time I need something really small. I might as well go ahead and turn on my Mini. I am going to put that on the lowest temperature. That's 1 bar is the lowest temperature, so I'll let that heat up while we're weeding. This HTV tends to be really easy to weed. Sometimes when you have smaller, intricate things, there can be a little bit of an issue, but typically not. I love, love, love this Caesar HTV. Okay, so it looks like we got everything except for the middles, and then a little bit in the S and the H. Now I just picked up the whole letter because I'm trying to work so far away. So it came off, so I'm going to just put this back. That's not a problem. I can see the impression of the blade, so I just lay it right back down where it was. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over so that I can see. I have some white leather here. Let me put the white leather under it. So I can see, uh-oh, and I see I left the A in, the middle of the A in. So let me finish that, and that's it. Okay, so there's our 2 words. I'll go ahead and cut those in 2 so they'll be ready. Now these little Dollar Tree decorations are really super cute. They were only $1, so you may have some cleanup to do. For example, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a little thread right there. I have a little piece of the tinsel. Here's how they're made. The tinsel is under there and folded over. Some of that tinsel, the excess tinsel, is peeking out from under the skirt. So I cut that off. Now the rest of it looks really nice. So let me take the tag off. I want to be careful I don't accidentally rip it. And it looks like the staple goes right through it. So I'm just going to peel that out. Okay, I can see a little more tinsel is going to be an issue. So let me clean that up. Okay, I think they are cleaned up very nicely. Fold that under. There is a little bit there I'd like to cut off. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to, out of the view of the camera, take this label off so you don't have to wait for me so long. Now here's the green set. Let's see if there's anything on it that needs to be cleaned up. Again, for $1, I will spend a couple of minutes cleaning these up. They are just, like I said earlier, they are really cute. Okay. So I'm going to get my little mat over here. And my Teflon sheet. Because I want to try to iron this just a little bit before we put something on it. And I'm not sure how resistant or heat resistant this tinsel is. So I'm going to try to figure out something I can set under there when I adhere my heat transfer vinyl. Okay, it's flatter than it was, so I'll be able to get my HTV on it really easily. Okay, I think this will work. It will take away from the heat value of having the mat under it, but I really want it to stick well, so I'm going to use that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. The first one I'm going to do will say Hunter. If this wood were a little thinner, it'd be easier. We'll wrestle it around though. Okay, so it's a little bit hard to tell if that's in the middle, but this should be about in the middle. Let me see if I take it off that. That looks good. I could actually move it down just a hair. Okay. Let's see what happens. So again, it says 15 to 20 seconds, so I am just going to kind of count that. Okay, let's see if that's stuck. Oh, it did, and that's cute. Might be hard to tell in the camera, but the little glittery stuff is adorable. Okay, get that back down. And I'm just going to give it another few seconds. It felt like it was adhered really well. I don't know if this is necessary, probably not, but I do it anyway. Now, I'm not going to go through this all on camera, but before I show them at the end, I'll kind of iron and make this look a little bit nicer. I'll probably iron the ribbon that holds it as well. But there you can see we have one done, and that is Hunter. That's my little Yorkshire Terrier. So now we'll do shadow. Okay, I'm back to show you the final products. Here they are. I think they're just really cute, and they were so inexpensive, so easy to do. Again, if you have grandchildren, children, pets, maybe your little daughter is having a Christmas party, anything like that. Maybe you want to do something special for a small group of friends, but you don't want to spend a fortune. This would be an awesome gift. What child, or adult for that matter, doesn't like to see something personalized with their name on it? If you found anything from my video that you enjoyed or that inspired you, please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. If you want to see what I'll be doing in the future, then hit the subscribe button. And if you want notifications, also click on the bell. Thanks for watching. I'm Marilyn. Bye-bye.